So the pool was so freeing and so, the water, should I say, but yeah, the pool. You just trying to do whatever you want to do. Just, like, them different little moves and stuff in the pool, going down to the bottom and stuff like that. And it definitely is satisfying. It makes me happy. It makes me even more so want to live on an island. Because even right now, it appears that them neighbors are gone, and it's peaceful. Peaceful. Nobody bothering me and my kids. The other ones was gone, but it's like soon as one of them leave, the next one pulling up 5 minutes later, it's like, oh gosh, I don't have nothing better to do. And I think I was feeling disappointed, still feeling a little disappointed, because I just felt like back in like 2018, maybe even before, but definitely 2018 from what I can remember, where July came up and there you go, getting on the little thing on Chase Lounge. But yeah, July came up and I wasn't able to, I don't even think I had enough money to get on the bus to take my kids nowhere. For all of us. So, we just sat at home. My daughter was here then. She had her own room. I think of course we had the internet, but that's all we had was the internet and a little pool that I could put out in the front yard and stuff, which I still got. Well, I got one of them. And, I'm going to remove from over here though, even though. Nice little view. But, I put on some clothes, some little patriotic theme, kinda, and I think I still got the dress. And honestly, my daughter had a pair of flip-flops that I could just barely get my feet in, and just because it brought that red pop, I put it on or whatever, and thought I was cute, honey, feeling cute, looking low budget, looking what they consider broke down, basic or whatever, or less than shit, I don't know. Froed my hair out a little bit and stuff like that, and just wanted to try to make myself smile. Couldn't go nowhere. Of course, don't know where what's his name was at that time, and and would hope. I was hoping during that time, high hopes, honey, that he just gonna come through, take us somewhere. This, honey, never happened. And so I guess when it started trickling down and almost giving my kids false hopes, especially my daughter, because, I'm supposed to be the lady and the example for her. But I told her that certain stuff was going to take place. I ain't tell them much because I just always was like, let me make sure, because I don't want to be coming off as a liar. But it was just based on my hope and my faith. And I was just like, okay, yeah, we're going to be able to go somewhere. But that whole day, we was here. And of course, that was during the time, that was before he took my kids and stuff. That next month, he was going to take my kids and do that crazy stuff. But it was before then, but just didn't show up, not even to see his own kids. I mean, fireworks and stuff. And that's part of the reason why I'm not wrapped up in all of that. Like, I'm glad that I'm not anymore, because it lets me know I can do without. I don't have to. And it was real nice when we went on our vacation and people went out of their way to find some fireworks and stuff. My thing is, people feel like, oh Lord, we gotta get them kids some fireworks. They missing out. No, they're not missing out. They're fine. They are okay with stuff like that. We don't gotta be patriotic for them to enjoy their lives. They just good. They actually was good and great even being somewhere else, just a change of scenery. So I was glad that it was definitely different this year around. But that's what, 4 years later. Then we get to step out somewhere to get to, get in a bigger swimming pool and stuff like that. And enjoy that. But they felt like they needed to do that, and it was cool or whatever. My kids kind of enjoyed it a little bit, well, they enjoyed it. But and I thought it was a nice gesture too that they did that, because it, besides the fact that it's, hold on. Hey, what are you bothering with him for? Come here. No, open the door. What are you bothering him for?
I'm not. He just knocked on the window.
Oh, when?
Just now.
Saying what?
Saying he was getting
Okay. Go just make sure the screen door is unlocked. Like, he just got in there.
He said he only wanted to swim with me.
Yeah, he wants somebody in there with him. I'm not standing there. That's the backyard. He is just fine. But close my door. Um. Anyway, so my youngest son getting out now. Like, that irks me because he definitely wants somebody with him and out there with him and stuff like that. And I understand. Because the other day he stayed in there for a long time. But, and see, I'm different because I'm like, I don't even want y'all in here while I'm in here. And I can stay in there all day even without y'all. But I might be more prone to want to get out when other people is in there, to be honest. So kids are definitely different. Mine, at least him. But my kids are definitely different in that aspect. But yeah, I was able to do something, get out or whatever this time. But even during that year, I had so badly, and before that, I had so badly wanted to do things with him and stuff like that. And of course, no interference, nobody bothering us. You know what I'm saying? Just, it did not have to be nothing major, but just some simple things. And so then, of course, when I started accumulating some stuff or some different ways to incorporate something I could do at home, he was nowhere in sight. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere around. Because after 2018, of course, I mean, after 2017, but after 2018, definitely it was pretty much like a rap, or singing like a rap or whatever. And of course, 2019, I did interact with him, like I said, but it just was not the same anymore. And it was like all this time and these years had passed. I mean, days had just kept on passing. Sometimes I would put on a dress, I would cook and stuff like that. And I'm like, he come over here any other time, especially when I'm looking ratchet and this, that, and third. But the days when I would get dressed up, which was very rare because I just didn't do that, but I would cook, put on a nice dress, he didn't show up. And it was just me depending on him showing up. And I just knew that he was, because it was often that he was showing up when he was, but then when he wasn't, or when it became far and few between, and especially, of course, after the truck driving, but sometimes it might even been before the truck driving, but I still had contact. If before the truck driving, I definitely had the contact with him, nonstop contact. So when all that started changing, when you're not showing up and I don't have contact with you, I'm just sitting here wondering, like, what's changing and why is it changing? Like, um why is this happening? And and you ain't told me or let me know. And then of course, based on the emails and text messages and stuff that we had been sending, you were saying something else. But yeah, it seemed like you was doing something different. And so um and until this day, I still don't feel like I got played or played myself. I just feel like it's just something weird. It's like you still, I feel like he be trying to prove a point. And I'm saying till this day, even though I don't want to interact with him, but I'm saying I feel like you be trying to prove a point to the point of you're going front to people and stuff like that. Like you didn't want to, he might not have wanted to be here, but want to be around me and want to have me around or whatever the case may be. But just because people didn't want to see that, that's what you cater to. And I'm like, they don't want to see it. They need to close their eyes. But that was how I was then. But now we done got to the point where it's like, I can't do that with you. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Because, of course, it start looking like, oh, you put your life on hold for him and this, that, and the third, and he ain't even pay you no mind. And I've seen situations like that. Or, and people just be talking. People really do. They will talk about you like a dog. I mean, really. And then it makes you think, when I see that, it makes me think, like, y'all got so much time to invest in this person's life and whether or not this person gonna do this towards this person. What could you possibly be doing that's productive if that's what you're doing? If that's what you got time for. It's like, wow. So you spending your life watching this person on a daily basis, real close, to see if something changed in their life instead of actually living your life. And that's how I felt they was doing me. Like, even little kids was asking me, well, why this, that, and the third when it come to, oh, what's his name? And I was just like, for one, I already knew that people been talking about and saying stuff about me and stuff like that behind closed doors and even in front of these kids. So that was bothersome. And then that's when it's like, oh, so, y'all the ones that got something to do with it and y'all saying something about it. So it's making him even if feel a type of way or whatever, feel or think a type of way. And from that, he's acting on that or not acting on it. So, and I've had dreams about this stuff to confirm, of course, where it was a time when, oh, what's his name, was either moving some furniture in here or doing something, and his so-called aunt or whatever across the street, I mean, was literally living across the street, which is why, of course, I get annoyed by Big Trifling and others in that vicinity. But was living over there, and she was like looking at her door and trying to look into my door and was like, "What he doing over there?" or whatever. Like, why does it matter? And that's when I guess that's why I'm disappointed too, because it was oftentimes where things was going smooth. It was that smooth sailing, and it was looking like we was about to pick up and blast off. But as soon as something like that happen, or I have a dream, and somebody can say, "Well, what you see in her?" What I'm saying? I can only imagine the comments. What you see in her, or what's so good about her, this and third. Then they tried it with me. Well, if he did this to you, then what you want with him? And I'm just like, y'all can't sway me like y'all can sway him or whatever. But like I said, I'm not easily swayed, but I can definitely be swayed. I can be persuaded. But to me, it just took God's timing and, for God's plans to be, God's will to be executed, and just me aligning myself with the will of God. Like, well, God, it's been this long and he's going on over there and this and the third. Then, hey, I'm done. Then, of course, you start rethinking, well, dang, Lord, that must not have been what you said and what you showed and told me. Then of course, you come into agreement with that, and then and then it's almost like it just never was supposed to happen. Now, granted, God's will gonna be done. I know this for sure, but I'm telling you, I'm at the point where it's like, Lord, He just caused me. I just truly feel like He caused me so much, definitely embarrassment. And maybe, you shouldn't focus on embarrassment, because embarrassment comes from what you feel because of what people think or say about you, or even they might not even be thinking it. You just, your own self-consciousness and your own insecurities. But I still feel like you didn't hype me up. You didn't boost me up to appear in the best type of light. Um, and I was already dealing with stuff of my own, what I'm saying, that I know I wasn't looking in the best type of light, but God have definitely shown me and matured me into, you ain't got to worry about whatever this light is, this false light. Just like the enemy can disguise himself as an angel of light, that's a false light. Like, that's not nothing. That's the spotlight. That's the limelight. That's not the light of God. That's not what, a city set upon a hill, a light. You know what I'm saying? So, um, that stuff is made up of different ingredients, as opposed to the kingdom of God. That light, where that light just emanates, that light comes from that purity, that agape love, and just it's not mixed with anything. It's not made. It's definitely not man made. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, I don't know. I still get sad or whatever and feel a type of way, especially when I get to talking about it. But I guess I feel a type of way because it was like all those years passed by. Like, I still don't know nobody out here that was like me that did that. Like, I know some females that will wait on, well, I don't know them, but I know of some females that will wait on dudes and this and the third, but they will either cheat in the meantime, or they will, or they will have some homegirls or something that they going out with. Shit, they might be gay. They and I mean, just do all types of stuff. But me, really, and this come from being misguided. Just because I was like, okay, I know I'm misguided in some type of ways or whatever, so let me just sit still. Let me, and I thought that's what it was, honey. And I literally, that right there just reflects from back in 2018 when I put that little dress on. I was feeling cute. Honey, he ain't come by. He ain't do none of that stuff. It was me and my kids just left to sit here. By this time, maybe some money was coming in, but like I said, it wasn't enough to do anything. I couldn't, I couldn't even get on the bus and just say, me and my kids, let's go downtown. And granted, I don't feel like it was meant for us to, because of what was going on and taking place that year, because that same year, of course, his mom died, but she hadn't died yet. His brother had died, just recently died, like the week before. And so that stuff was going on. Of course, they had a vigil over there, and so it was like, I was like, okay, you gotta sit still, you can observe this. So I observed that, and I seen that. To me, it was foolishness, because it was like, y'all the very ones that pretty much got that dude caught up, or trained him, or, you know what I'm saying, initiated him into what part the I mean, he chose the lifestyle he was living, but y'all initiated him into like this snake type of stuff, and ultimately wanted some young person's blood to be shed, just like another couple years before that, another one of their young people got shot, got killed. And it was on some other stuff about, like, and I can't I still see somebody coming over and coming around that was associated with that one or whatever, and it almost trips me out, because the dude had the hat, wearing a hat, and it said funeral on it. And you know what I'm saying, I don't know how long after he had or was pictured with that hat was he dead, but it was just crazy. So I was just like, oh no, that's crazy. And that was, of course, more confirmation. That's when God was showing me, this, you see why you don't want to be a part of this right here. And I'm like, okay. Okay, I'm glad I listened. I'm glad I didn't, you know what I'm saying, take their resources and stuff like that, and just whatever resources God allows for me to take and use, I'm going to use. But I'm glad I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, with quote unquote eating off of them, or whatever the case may be, because, ooh, the ones that was and was getting comfortable, baby, that's what can happen. That's what take place. So I was just like, oh no. So I don't know. I just kind of just I had my moments where I don't want to be around him, but I'm like, if I was around him, I'm gonna bust him right in his face. And I don't mean to sound violent, but yeah, I know what he did to me. I mean, if you just take somebody dousing you with lighter fluid, and somebody calling you a beat every day till, because they want you to feel like that's your name. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he didn't physically put hands on me, but you still did. He did some stuff that was physical, and he did a whole lot of stuff that was verbal, and it was very abusive. And so I feel like all that stuff that he did, and me want to just bust him right in his mouth, right on the spot, for something that he's probably actively doing right then and there. So I don't mean to sound violent, but yeah, that's what I want to do. And, just kind of take, when I do feel frustrated, out on him. Like, are you serious? Like, you really try? And now I guess too, because I feel like you try to take your frustrations or whatever it was out on me, and then you try to escape and go somewhere else so you can, I guess, get some type of royal treatment or whatever. So, and really you started believing that and stuff like that. And I don't like the fact that I'm even saying you started believing that. Like, baby, that was a mirage. You thought that was what you were supposed to be doing. You really thought or it's almost like you really thought you was gonna get away from me and this, that, and the third. That's how I feel. But I'm on this, baby. He want to get away. Let him stay away. Let him stay gone. Put him out his misery. Let him go ahead and enjoy, or as he said, have his fun. And then let him die in that, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I don't, or I'm not saying die in it, but if he find his way out of it, don't let him make his way back over to me to bother with me, because I'm definitely not in the mood for that. I don't take it lightly. I already don't appreciate it. So it's just like, I just didn't feel like it was fair. I feel like, what? And I feel like we almost had like an agree. I mean, which he told me, he said, "Oh, you treat me like behind closed doors. I treat you like," and I'm like, but I don't do that to you though. So that's the thing. So I guess I still be every now and then feeling like, well, where's my turn? When was I gone? But I'm not trying to treat him like that. But I just wanted you to put up with it, was certain stuff that was just like, I'm not a shitty person. So I don't be wanting to treat nobody like shit. But I can be a frustrated person. I can be an upset person at times and stuff like that. So when I'm upset and when I'm bothered, and I was reading the messages and stuff last night where he just kept saying, I don't want to argue. Everything was not an argument. Most stuff wasn't an argument. Except that he turned it into an argument, but it could have been a debate. Tried not to get heated debates, but it was supposed to be healthy communication. He called it an argument. Of course, now I know that's manipulation tactics, and you know good and well you're not arguing with nobody, but they trying to say, I don't want to argue. No, you just don't want to hear what I got to say, and you don't want to speak the truth about whatever it is we need to discuss. So, just call it what it is. So stop lying. You know what I'm saying? Stop lying. I just watched a YouTuber. His mom was like, stop lying so much. Or stop lying, period. She was almost like, where'd you get that from? She know. But anyway, so that's how I'm feeling right now. Just a little, and like I said, slight disappointment or whatever. I couldn't figure out what it was. But a lot of times when I have something go on, if it happened in, I want to say real life, but if it just happened in a spiritual life, dream life, this and the third, it still does take me a day or two to, or maybe longer, to cope with it and get past it. And that was my thing with even my scoundrel ass neighbors. Like, y'all don't even know what I'm dealing with over here. And then the stuff that y'all can see, as far as my daughter being removed from my house and stuff like that, they didn't give a damn about that. They didn't give a damn. We still gonna give people a hard time just because. Okay, y'all see somebody going through something, you rather try to make something hard on them. So that's crazy to me, and that's diabolical. Anybody else try to tell me that it's something different, I hope you have a breakdown. I hope you have a way of convincing me that no, this is what it really is. But it's diabolical. It's just crazy. Me personally, I might not be trying to make something easier on somebody else, but I don't go out my way trying to make something harder on somebody who already, what I'm saying, dealing with some stuff. So again, they don't know the stuff that I went through behind closed doors, being raped, being verbally abused all the time. Somebody, and the stuff that they did see or whatever, maybe they thought they saw, you was already saying, oh, I think you deserve better. Okay, if you think I deserve better, then why would you go and try to talk to somebody any type of way and start trying to treat them with some disrespect? If you came out your mouth and said you deserve better, I don't care if you said it one time and it was a long time ago. Because some people would be like, oh, I said that back then. This is now. Okay, well, this is now. You're right. So today I don't deserve better, but anyway, I don't know. Or just keep your mouth closed. Mind your business. So it was just stuff like that. And it's like, damn, they ain't even see the stuff that I really went through. So imagine how they would really act. And thank God for exposing that and showing me, because that means I don't want you around it. That means I don't want you to see nothing good, nothing bad, nothing in between. I want you to go on about your business. Like wherever they at now, honey. Psh, God already knowing, like, baby, I be feeling like y'all don't even have to return to this place y'all call home. Really, you can pack up and you know what I'm saying, and move, or something that I just don't want to speak out loud, like, for real. But anyway, I feel a little irritated, agitated, of course, because I feel like I said, I'm not dressed. I ain't got on my best and nothing like that, but I purchased something with intentions to attend, and I didn't, and I'm not going. Like, so I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Of course I could have saved, that was money I could have saved, but also I'm just like, why can't I'm not really big on the why can't I go, because I know my I also know my intentions, but I'm still feeling like, damn, why can't I just be free to go? I guess kind of like do what I feel like normal people are doing, go to this. And God always let me know, you're set apart, come out from amongst them and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I almost feel like, Lord, tell me anything. But I do. I believe him and I trust him. And even through all of this that I've been through, I'm still trusting him. I'm still believing him. And I guess, too, with that stuff with old Amber Rose coming out talking some crazy stuff. And that girl who was interviewing her was almost like shaking up. Like, I can't really believe that you're saying this. But I mean, there's a lot more of them need to come forth like that and really be, if that's the truth of the matter, that's how they truly feel and believe, they really need to be telling the truth. It needs to be exposed. So now, okay, baby, I can pinpoint. You don't believe in God? I'm not even trying to get close to you, but I'm only going to get so close to you. I'm not coming around that madness. That's how I need it to be coming out. I need even though I'm a regular, ain't nothing major to me. She's not an idol to me. I do like her haircut and stuff like that, but I need regular people to be like, oh, baby, you know, I don't believe in God. I guess too, like Morgan Freeman, I think he did one. Yeah, I don't believe in God. So thank you. So that way we're not like-minded. Okay, now I know why. I definitely know why you acting like you act. Let me scoot over here. But of course, God gonna give you the discernment for the ones that's not saying that. He gonna let you know. He gonna show you. Oh, you see that evil seed right there? That's why I told you come on out from amongst that. I don't want you to get over there. I don't want you to get corrupted. I want you over here. So it's like, okay, I trust you, Lord, and I thank you. But we need more. And I guess it's going to be more to come forth because she didn't pretty much maybe started what they consider a trend. It's going to be more. And see these other people that was in Hollywood and stuff like that or wherever they are, they be thinking, oh no, that's just them. That's just how they are. And no, they finna tell you know. That's the part that I'm thankful on, and that I'm thankful that I didn't go on every set and every scene and this, that, and the third that looked good or whatever. But anyway, I'll talk later.